Fellas, I'm gonna give you some quick food for thought. My clean glasses, damn, see the reflection of the phone and everything. But I'm gonna give you some quick food for thought. You ever thought about why your surgeon or not your surgeon, well, yeah, your surgeon as well, but your providers, your practitioners, your NPs, PCPs, why when you go see them, it seems like they kind of dismiss you. You know, they don't really listen. I get that from a lot of guys that I'm working with. Like, wow, man, you really do listen. You really do take into consideration this, this, and this. You know, my provider told me this. I've seen now that it's actually this. One thing, 70% of all medical journals have absolutely no information about you. And this is the journal that your provider these are the journals your provider uses to graduate medical school. The Kaiser Foundation writes all of them. Second thing, your provider only goes through 20 hours of nutritional information. That's not even a whole day of nutritional learning. And if you look at most providers, they're not healthy. Remember that. Third, you look at the history of marginalized groups and the medical system. They've never been diligent about making sure that marginalized groups are thoroughly researched, because it would go against a lot of celestial and a lot of religious feelings. There have been thousands of studies done to show the difference and similarities in the brains of true transsexual and true transgender people and their biologically born counterparts. I've got it. I'll show it. Patreon. There's like a whole endocrinology library on Patreon that will show you articles and things like that people keep saying, oh, this doesn't exist. Yes, it does. We have been conditioned to click and ask and accept, to yell and ask and accept, to hear over and over and over again and assume truth because of repetitive speech. If you educate yourself about your body, your provider will not feel the same way. They will not approach you the same way. They will listen when you speak because the results are in your blood work. Your blood is literally a written printout of what's on the inside of you, what you're doing, what you're not doing, et cetera, et cetera. If an industry doesn't have information on you, then they have nothing to compare it against, just as they have no data to back up why. So even if your T levels are high, your E levels can still be high. The proof? Look at the results that I post. The blood work is the same on each side, except the parts that they check for, like the LDL, the HDL, your MCHC, things like that, your cell counts. Those are the things they check for. But your E on the other side is lower, which makes your T higher and all those other numbers better. Because you can't have high T and bad numbers, because that leads to high cholesterol. Because testosterone is an oil. We will go deeper into this, but just remember that you control your visit. When I meet with my providers, besides the fact that, from day one, they've looked at my chart and been like, damn, you transitioned when? Okay, so maybe you can tell me some things. Any appointment I have, and I never go, the only time I go to see a PCP is if I have to have something removed from my body surgically. That's it. I don't have to go for any other reason. No emergency room visits and none of that. No need. I'm healthy. I know me. You can learn you too. Friday, 7 p.m., Facebook. I'm going to be doing an event talking about Affordably Affirmed. Parent company, Hello Me, Digital Research and Resources, which started all this. Originally, it was an app called Hello Me that was dedicated to TGNC folks. I decided to take the GNC off because I'm not GNC, and transmasculine men didn't have a space. Now that's what it's focused on. Last 6 months, it's been Affordably Affirmed. A year before that, it was Hello Me. I've presented like 50 different times. Now we're moving forward together, transmasculine men, where you can actually have the education, the confidence, and the information to go into your provider appointments and not be nervous, looking down. And that's why people aren't taking you seriously. You don't know yourself. When you know yourself, I mean, look at even the weirdest people in the world that know themselves. Nobody really bothers them, or they follow them. And oftentimes, that's envy. Love y'all.